All right. Good evening, targeted individuals. Coming back to you with another video. Um, I created a video earlier entitled "Gang Stalking Confrontation is a Waste of Time," and um, during that video, I shared a journal entry with you um, from back in 2012 when I was really in the thick of gang stalking. I mean, they were coming at me from so many, different avenues and several different ways. And so I just wanted to share that journal entry with you to let you know the mindset if you're experiencing gang stalking tactics being used against you, just the mindset of how you feel at that moment when you don't have clarity as far as what's really happening, why it's happening, who it is that's involved, and you don't have a name for the experience that you're going through. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Um, and also to let you know that, here it is 2023. And, I've come a long way from that journal entry, from that person that, made that journal entry back in 2012. So just to let you know that, your experience is not an isolated experience, it's all on purpose. And just to give you some encouragement that you will make it through. Regardless of what they're doing to you at this time, you will make it through. The Bible tells us that God says when the enemy comes in like a flood, that he will lift up a standard against them. And so when the gang stalkers, their tactics increase and they come at you, the Lord will lift up a standard against them. They can only get away with doing so much. And also, he promises that your enemies may come at you in one way, but they will flee 7 different ways. And so that is my encouragement to you. Also, tonight I wanted to jump back on and encourage you if you are going through gang stalking and you're not quite sure who's involved, because one of the gaslighting and one of the tactics that they use is to keep you confused, to keep you in the dark as far as what's going on and who's involved. And also to keep you wondering why, why do they keep treating me like this? But I want you to understand that you don't have to worry. You don't have to be confused. If you are a part of this channel, if you listen to my videos, I'm putting it all out there. I'm laying it all on the line for you. I'm giving you not secondhand knowledge, not something that I read in a book. This is something that I've actually experienced. Like I said, my journey with gang stalking, it started way before 2012. But in 2012 is when I started to journal, because journaling helps to establish patterns. And that's something that you need to understand. Gang stalkers, narcissistic gang stalkers, they always behave in patterns. If you look back through my playlist of videos, I created a video called The Gang Stalking, the Playbook. And all gang stalkers, whether they're here, in the United States or abroad, they all seem to follow the same playbook. The tactics doesn't change very much. How they increase their tactics against you. The tactics as far as, attacking you on many different levels and attacking you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. Those tactics don't change. Doesn't matter who it is. Gang stalkers, all for some reason, they play from the same playbook and they use the same plays over and over again. And journaling will help you to establish that pattern of lying, that pattern of gaslighting. It will help you to put the pieces of the puzzle together, to connect the dots. Who's involved? What are they doing? And after you learn the plays, then you're able to really predict their next, what they're going to do next, their next behavior, their next move. Okay. And that's something, if you're naive to this, they don't want you to know that, but they're very predictable. And you will be able to, if you start journaling, you will be able to predict the next move that they're going to make. Gang stalkers, they're all, they're cut from the same cloth. And I don't want to go too deep on this video, but they're all cut from the same cloth. It's just different faces, different places, different times, but the tactics are the same. The strategies are the same. They may switch it up a little bit, but the tactics and the strategies are the same, and the goals are the same. And so the Bible tells us that there is nothing new under the sun. And so gang stalking activity is nothing new. It's been around before. And if you search my playlist of videos, I talk about exactly when gang stalking began and how it began and why gang stalkers behave the way they do, why they do the things that they do. And so I reveal all of that to you on this channel. Just take a look at the video playlist and you will have a host of information to help you during times of, intensified gang stalking activity against you. Okay? And no, we don't know why they do the things they do, but they've been doing it for a long time. It's nothing new. And so the information that I provide to you is from experience and then doing my own personal research, you know, um, from back in 2012 until I was able to put the pieces together and actually, find information out there that led me to the name gang stalking. Okay. And so now, this word is being used a lot in mainstream. There's been a lot of channels that have been established regarding gang stalking activity. And gang stalking activity, it can be on the lowest level, mid-level, and there are definitely higher levels of gang stalking. And I'm not going to get into all of that, but there's not a place or an institution that when there's a narcissistic gang stalker pulling the strings, in which, they're free from, um, where it's free or off limits to gang stalking. Gang stalking can show up in any institution. It can show up anywhere. It can be in families, schools, the workplace, etc., etc. So there's not an institution that's off limits from gang stalking. But I just wanted to jump back on and to let you know that I've come a long way from, that young lady who created that journal entry back in 2012. And I'm still learning and I'm still growing. But God has brought me from a mighty long way. He's healed a lot of the invisible wounds, and I've learned so much, and I've reached a place of peace in my life, a place that, God is my shelter, my most high shelter, in which He gives me peace, in which I've come to a point where my peace cannot be disturbed no matter what. And I've had a few things to happen last year and this year in which gang stalkers, the same ones, tried their best to disturb my peace, tried to take me back to um, that lower level thinking and feeling that I had back in 2012. And I can tell you, I can give you, what do I want to say? I can give you a definite resounding no, it did not happen. They were not able to disturb my peace. They were not able to take me back to those days of being confused and basically, feeling helpless or feeling like a victim. No, that didn't happen. That didn't occur. I've come back, stronger, better, wiser than I've ever been before. And it's all because of, studying, understanding, looking at my experiences, distancing myself away from anyone who I became aware of that was participating in narcissistic gang stalking tactics against me, and just a lot of prayer and faith in God and trust in Him, that He's there for me and that He's going to defend me and that He's going to, avenge me and He's going to clear my name. So just trusting in Him and allowing God to be God and do what He needed to do and to fight my battles for me and to also, grow and learn from my experience and just to, become aware of and look for the red flags and the signs and no longer ignore the signs that are being shown to me. And to take people, I've learned to take people at face value, that when they show me who they are, to believe it and not try to change them.